Hi everyone, my name is Eric Schurter and I'm the product manager for the editor group here at GitLab, and I'm very excited to share with you what is turning out to be quite an important 15.7 milestone for us. So I will link to our planning issue as always in the video description. Please feel free to click through and view all the issues that we have planned. It's quite a bit of great work the team's going to be doing. I want to highlight a few things across 3 different work streams here for you today, though. First, starting with pages. We've been focused a lot on behind the scenes, resiliency, reliability, performance, and the pages service has come a long way in the past 4 to 6 months. We're going to shift some of our focus back towards feature work now, and the first thing we want to tackle is a very frequently requested feature, which is the ability to configure your GitLab pages on a per site basis by having a file in the repository that defines those configuration values. So similar to our CI/CD configuration, we are going to be establishing a syntax for that, and that will be the central place where you can have a number of different configuration options like redirects and MIME types and namespace configuration. Now the MVC here, the proof of concept in our iteration plan towards an MVC will be just establishing what we want that configuration file to look like and how the syntax will be handled. So more on the full iteration plan in the coming milestone or two as we build out our proof of concept and come up with a firm direction here. But we're very excited to be providing that functionality in the near future. Next, I want to talk about the content editor, which is our WYSIWYG Markdown editor. Now, the wiki has had this editor in place for quite some time, and we have been maturing it over the past year or so. If you are a GitLab team member, you may have seen the Slack message, but we, last milestone, turned on the feature flag that enabled the content editor to be used in the issue and epic edit views. So now you can edit your issues and epics with a WYSIWYG Markdown editor, and you can use it very much like you could the wiki editor. Now, the feedback we've been getting has been really helpful. There's a few performance tweaks that we already are in the process of merging, but one of the big things that we want to address is how the content editor handles Markdown comments, which we use liberally in our issue and epic templates, and it right now we'll just completely ignore and delete comments in those markdown content blocks. The content editor doesn't know or doesn't handle those right now. So we're going to handle those a little more gracefully, display those in a way that makes sense and allows you to use issue and edit, issue and epic templates as expected. And that will be one more step towards making this generally available to everybody. So more on that later as well. Lastly, and potentially the most impactful one that we are working on right now is our remote development MVC, which is on track to be delivered by the end of 15.7. And what that means is we will have a brand new web IDE in a beta release that's running VS Code, and it is fully functional. You can open up files, make edits, commit those back to the branch, and have an end-to-end editing experience in VS Code running on GitLab. And from there, you are also able to connect to a remote development environment directly from the web IDE that you have running on your own cloud, sort of a bring your own remote development environment situation, right? So if you have a remote server running VS Code server and you want to connect to it, you will be able to. You will get an active runtime environment that you can interface with through the terminal panel in the web IDE, and we will have our minimal functionality for the remote development category by the end of this milestone. So I will follow up with a demo, and just for the sake of time on this kickoff video, I will show exactly what this looks like as soon as I'm able to demo an end-to-end flow and get my GDK running again. But we're very excited to be delivering this in 15.7 and look forward to the feedback that we get from our public beta release of the web IDE. So keep an eye out for that, and I will see you next month. Thank you.